It's important for us to go over this because sometimes we forget everything that can be included. So this can help you maximize your forgiveness. So the first thing is cash compensation. So cash compensation can be in the form of salaries, hourly wages. It can be in the form of tips. If you've had a restaurant that you paid people tips, even though nobody was actually working and didn't receive them from customers, but you were kind of coming up with kind of a compensation package for the people you're trying to keep on board. This can also be paid leave. So let's say you were paying maternity leave or you're paying sick leave. Those can be included in cash compensation. You can also include employer retirement contributions, as well as employer healthcare contributions and employer state and local taxes. Okay. Now, let's also just touch base on like what can't be included on payroll costs, because this is half the battle, right? So cash compensation over $100,000 in an annualized salary cannot be included for anybody, no matter if they're an employee or an owner or anything. So you have to cap everybody at $100,000 of cash compensation. Now you can still have somebody at $100,000 of cash compensation and still add on retirement and healthcare and other taxes, but it's important to keep that in mind. The other thing that's not included and not allowable under the PPP payroll costs is federal payroll taxes. We can include state and local, but not federal. And then workers' compensation insurance has not been included as well. For whatever reason, they don't want that included. And then certain fringe benefits that you might have for your employees, let's say maybe an FSA contributions or maybe some fringe life insurance or additional disability or things like that. We cannot include those costs either. I think really the SBA was trying to say, well, let's focus on like the core. Let's focus on cash compensation. Let's focus on taxes that have to be paid. And obviously you can't stop paying your health care or that would cause a lot of problems. So they were trying to kind of, I think, focus it down to like the key core benefits. Now, I think it's important to remember right now that it's okay to use 100% of your loan on payroll costs. If you were in a situation that maybe you thought, a lot of us got our loans early on in the process, and we thought we only had 8 weeks to use the money, but then it got expanded to 24 weeks. What I'm seeing, a lot of clients and a lot of people I'm talking to are saying, well, actually, I have enough payroll cost to, prove that I spent all of the money on payroll. And that is totally okay. You can use 100% of your PPP loan for payroll costs. You don't have to include any non-payroll costs.